Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield video. Got a somewhat quick one. I say somewhat quick one, but it'll probably take a while. So this is a ship I made called the Pugio Strike Fighter. It's my attempt at kind of like seeing how small you can get with various different ships. And in a previous video, I did a little review on a little shuttle, and this is basically like a kind of a fighter version. So one of the things I feel like Starfield lacks when it comes to the shipbuilder is small, like kind of fighter class vessels. Like think like kind of like the fighter jets of space, like very small, single seat, very little kind of room to move around. You just have a cockpit, and obviously we can't currently do that in game because ships need to have at minimum they need to be a cockpit and then some sort of a habitat module. This is kind of the smallest I've gotten so far that's still functional. So the kind of the design philosophy behind this and the lore is that this is Deimos' attempt to make a small strike fighter, something that can be used to kind of bolster up some of the larger fleets, like for instance with the Vigilance. Whereas a lot of the kind of the, if you notice in game, a lot of the kind of the Deimos fleets, or the UC fleets I should say, are kind of they're a mix of loads of different vessels. And kind of the main kind of buying points of these like strike fighters is they're smaller and they're a lot cheaper. But the kind of the trade-off is, in my head, I'm thinking, obviously not in game, is that because of their smaller size, they'd be a lot faster and more maneuverable. So it's kind of the main thing. So anyway, so let's get into it, shall we? So it's got a fuel of 210. It's kind of the middle ground where I usually sit with it. It's got a hull of 827, which is really nice. It's quite good for an A class. It's got a cargo capacity of 200. Obviously, that's just off the cockpit, as it's not meant to be a cargo carrier. It's got an A class reactor with 29 power. It's got a crew of 2, jump range of 28 light years, shield of 810. It's got 3 sets of weapons. It's got laser weapons, 2 of the Singe lasers underneath the winglet. It's got a pair of ballistic cannons mounted on those kind of little miniature wings connected to the landing gear, and then it's got 2 missiles mounted on the wings on the top. So the price to build this, it's going to be around 200k. So yeah, let's go check it out. So as we see here, it's quite tiny. Now, obviously, I feel like this is the smallest you can get a vessel with using merging with the vessel still being functional. So the main kind of the size is going to be at least a cockpit and then a habitat module, and then behind that usually you have all of your kind of your engine stuff. This ship uses merges, if you could not tell just by looking at it. Yeah, the main kind of merges are on the back. It merges. We have an engine, reactor, grav drive, and fuel tank all merged inside that little 1x1 structural piece. And then obviously we've got some smaller merges here, like we've got those smaller White Wolf engines inside the wings. They're kind of act as kind of like almost like boosters. Anyway, let's go inside. There's not a lot to it, but thing is, if you were to kind of remodel this, initially I was using some Nova Galactic pieces and stuff, and while it didn't look as cool, you could get a lot smaller. The Deimos hello sir. The Deimos cockpit is very large, so we got the entrance there, and then we've got the docking port up above. This is the only habitat module on this ship is a 1x1. And then we've got the
a face I never mind seeing.
Let's take her up into space, see how she performs. The thing is, she has the 3015 engine on the back there, but I added those smaller engines on the side. The dwarf, I think they're called the dwarf engines. Just for some extra kind of style points. So yeah, let's see how she performs. As always, I'm increasing my power by 5. Now she's using quite a lot of weaponry for an A-class vessel. I kind of like, Obviously, you're not going to be able to power everything if you're going to stick with the A class, but if you wanted to upgrade it, you could slap a B class in the same spot. So we're going to pull some pips from everything real quick, just to kind of balance them out a little bit. Oh, perfect. Okay. So weapon-wise, we've got our laser weapons there. We have our missile pods. It's not too bad. She's got a good setup. The whole point of her being like a kind of a strike fighter / interceptor. She kind of handles most smaller craft, but obviously she still has missiles, so she can do some damage to larger craft if need be. So a quick little speed test. It's going to have a base speed of 150 because we're using all A-class engines. And then a boost speed, which you can cap out probably like 600. More than likely, yeah, 600, 599. Not too bad. Agility test. She's very agile because she's basically carrying no cargo. Alright, so let's head down to the planet and I will show you how you build it. Alright, so here we have all the pieces, so we'll start off with the habitats. So we've got the DC 10.1 Phobos cockpit from Deimos, 200 cargo to crew station. We got the 100 DP Slim Docker from Deimos top. We have the Deimos Companionway 1x1 and the 120 LD landing bay from Deimos. Structural pieces, we've got 2 of these Deimos Wing Cs, 1 starboard, 1 port. 2 Deimos Wings A, same again, 1 starboard, 1 port. We've got 4 of these Deimos Wing E, 1 starboard, 1 port, and 2 of them are kind of facing backwards, like so. They've just been flipped. And then the other 2 are facing forward. We've got a Deimos Spine A4, a Deimos Tail A, 2 Nova Galactic Wings, port and starboard, and we have a single Deimos hull piece. For the kind of electrical components, or the power components, we have 2 White Dwarf 3015 engines. They are from Realdyne, A class, 3 power, 20,460 engine thrust, 3150 maneuvering thrust, 41 health. I don't know why I said 41 health, that's kind of relevant. Then we've got 2 of these White Dwarf 1020 engines from Realdyne, A class, 3 power, 8850 engine thrust, 2625 maneuvering thrust. We have a 164mm toroidal reactor from Dogstar, A class, 29 power, 760 hull. We have a 60S protector shield generator from Dogstar, A class, 8 power, 810 shield. And then we have a R4000 alpha grav drive from Realdyne, A class, 9 power, 27 jump thrust, which gives us 28 in the current configuration. For our fuel and landing gear, we have a single 500T helium-3 tank from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, which gives us 210 fuel. We've got a single NG20 landing gear wide from Nova Galactic. This gives 4. This is just... You'll see this normal landing gear. You can buy it in Titan, but you can swap it to the big one just to give it more snap points. And then for the weapons, we have 2 KE-31 auto cannons from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, A class, 1625 range, 6.65 fire rate, 19 hull damage, and 4 max power. We've got 2 of these Singe 4 megawatt lasers from Lightsight, A class, 1625 range, 3.49 fire rate, 22 shield damage, and 4 power yet again. And then finally we have some Infiltrator SCO-2 missile launchers from Horizon Defense System, A class, 4875 range, 1 fire rate, 68.25 hull and shield damage, and 3 power. So let's get into it. So to start the build off, we're just going to get our cockpit, and we're going to get our companionway like so. And we're going to snap this underneath like so, but as usual, nothing ever works the way you want it to, so we're going to do a quick little merge technique. We're going to basically add an extra companionway here, and we're going to snap the cockpit to the top one, and then we're just going to press Y to drop it down like so. Now, next we're going to be merging all of the pieces together, so we're going to be merging 2 engines like so. We're going to be merging all of these things I'm going to be snapping here, we're going to be merging together. The 2 engines, the grav drive, the reactor, the shield, and then finally the fuel. So it's a pretty simple method to do. All you want to do is we're going to move this real quick. So basically want to have a snap point that sits like so. Get a little closer. So like that, and you will snap, or you highlight the engine, and then you highlight the companionway, and then you just press Y to drop it down. Now sometimes, or whatever your duplicate is, sometimes it'll go up, which is perfectly fine. You just want to basically do it again, and there it is, drop down. And then we delete these, and we snap the next piece down, which is going to be our reactor. And then we just do it again. Like I said, sometimes it snaps up, that's fine, just do it again, and there we go, it snaps down, perfect. And then next we have our grab drive. Again, it'll snap down. Oh, whoops, I did that one wrong, my bad. You gotta be careful with grab drives there. You can accidentally grab the wrong item. There we go, now it's snapped, perfect. And then we gotta get our fuel tank. And same again, we just want to make it snap down, like so. Oh. Too quick for it. There we go, perfect. And then we have our shield generator. Now, some people may not like these sort of merges, and I'm personally a big fan of merging, but there's kind of limits to what I would merge. I don't really see a huge issue with like merging all of the kind of power components together, as it doesn't affect gameplay. You're still very easy, like killable. You know, you're not invincible, and it just makes it look streamlined. And then finally, we're gonna merge this Deimos Hole on top, just to kind of make it all a bit nicer. So that's all that done there, like so. Now next, we are going to get some of these pieces. So we're gonna get our two wings, and our wings just snap like so. Exactly like that. And then we are going to get these two wing E pieces. They're basically going to snap in there. Now we're going to have to do the flip technique with this one. So we get each piece, and we flip it like so. And then we do the same thing again. These are just here, as you can see. They kind of just fill in the gap, so there's not like a gap there, obviously. Next, we are going to add these two pieces here. They just snap like that. Now this is where we're going to be using the merge technique again. So this is a pretty simple one, same as we were doing before. So we're just going to basically make a back snap point here. And we're going to snap our engines on like so. And we are going to, you gotta extend this back a little bit, extend it back too. And then you just want to grab them and you want to snap them down. And as always, they like to snap up first. That's perfectly fine. And then we snap it back down. Oh no. Damn, I'm really quick today. It's like... And down. Perfect. Now that is... Our engines are merged in. Now next, while we're here, we're going to put our landing gear underneath. Our landing gear just snaps directly behind there like that. And then we're going to snap our two little winglets underneath like so. Now we have... We're going to grab these pieces here. We're going to do the exact same method as before. Just snap that one and delete the other one. We're going to lower these down once again. Just going to grab them. And pull duplicate up. That's perfectly fine. Just push them down like so. There we go. And I believe that's like mostly done for the merging. So we're gonna finish off. We've got one more merge before we do this. So we're gonna move this first. We're gonna snap a piece above here. And we're going to take this piece here, and this is gonna sit right here. And then we're gonna remove it. This is just kind of to give it a bit more structure. Obviously this doesn't affect what we're basically planning on doing here is merging this piece into the docker. So we're going to just grab these two pieces and drop them down. Sometimes they drop up, that's fine. And then there we go, perfect. Now this doesn't have any effect on the docker. The docker still works perfectly fine. And then finally, we're just going to snap this piece. We're going to merge this piece in here. So all we're going to do is we still have our, should still have this little kind of tower of three. So we're going to delete the top and bottom one. And then we're just going to grab it, and we're going to duplicate down, like so. There we go. That done now for the weaponry. So, we mount the missile launchers on each side of the wings, like so. We mount I like to mount the lasers underneath. I like to keep everything kind of under the wing, just to make it a little bit more streamlined. Like so. No, come here. No. Camera's a bit finicky today. Like that. And then finally, we're going to mount these autocannons. They're going to snap to the those little, let me show you, these little winglets on the back. So we're just going to do that. And then that's it. That's your vessel. I have the weapon set up like this. Primary weapon is the lasers, secondary is the autocannons, tertiary is the infiltrator missiles. So that's pretty much everything. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of shorter than my usual videos, but you know, want to get out there. But yeah, if you like this sort of content, check out some other videos. And if you want to know a more in-depth video on how to do these merges, I also have a video on my channel, The Ultimate Merge. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.